Mommies! Good afternoon! I'm so happy to see all of you and to see all your comments. Ayan, can you hear me? Please comment if you can hear me. Ayan, so sabi dito ni Mommy, Lynette, hello Mommies, hello po, waiting. Ayan, so you can hear me? All right, so thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. I'm so happy to be with you once again through another Facebook Live, this time in partnership with Grolier Philippines. Ayan. Sabi ni Mommy Mary Rose, yes, the audio is clear. Ayan. Thank you naman. At it's working and it's not raining. I hope you're all safe and sane and happy dyan sa mga bahay ninyo. Okay, so our topic for this afternoon is kind of unique because I think wala pa talagang nagde-discuss itong topic na to. But it is very close to my heart because it's a topic that I've been wanting to give to my mom tribe, to the mom tribe community. Ayan. So our topic for today is teaching virtues by example at home. Teaching virtues. Interesting, right? I'm sure all of you mommies have heard about virtues. So maybe you're wondering what type of virtues I will be discussing today. So let's see. So first, I want to introduce myself. For those who don't know me yet, so I'm Mommy Detzelweta. I'm the founder of Millennial Moms PH Community. I'm also a mom of two girls. Ayan sa photo you can see. That's my eldest is Bella, 5 years old. The youngest is Eliza, 2 years old. And my husband, that's Daddy Jeff. If you've attended my events, for sure, you've seen Daddy Jeff. Ayan. Okay, so that's just the four of us, and we've been together for 7 months, 24/7. Okay, then this is the Millennial Moms PH community. Before the pandemic, we've been doing events every month. So we see each other. But this time, puro online muna para safe tayong lahat. And we need to follow the rules, diba? So, sa bahay muna tayo so that we're all safe. Okay. Then I just want to remind all of you mommies that in connection to this Facebook Live, we have a contest. So Grolier is actually giving away the Story a Day collection. So that's 4 books and 3 lucky winners will be able to win this. So how to win? Very easy, mommy. So like the Facebook page of Grolier, I think you've done this already. Share the post, yung post sa Grolier or sa post sa Millennial Moms. And as a caption, just put 3 things you would like to learn from this Facebook Live. And please don't forget the hashtags GrolierPHXMommyDet and hashtag Learn at Home with Grolier. Ayan. So there'll be winners. Tag your 5 friends. So there'll be 3 winners of that Story a Day collection. So sobrang ganda ng book na yan. We will be announcing the winners after the live session. Okay? Ayan, sabi ni Mommy, done na po, o diba? Thank you so much. I've read your entries. I think I will tackle some of the questions that you posted there and your expectations on what to learn this afternoon. Okay, so just to give you also a background, my daughter Bella's been using Grolier. So we have the Talking English at home. So she's 5 years old and we're doing online distance learning. This is very helpful. This set of books are very, very helpful kasi nga, nagsasalita yung pen. So, it helps Bella to actually read. Diba? And we also have the Grolier math plates. I love this learning tool because you can actually test yourself. So, yung mga bilog na nakikita ninyo sa photo, ano yun parang answer key. So, ilalagay yun ng kid, yung answers niya, yung colors, tapos pag binaligtad niya yung nasa gitna, makikita niyo na yung answers. O, diba? Ang ganda. Ang ganda nitong Grolier math plate. And it's also a good way to actually distract my daughter from like watching sa tablet, ganyan. Kasi ito talaga nag-aaral siya. And it's also a good partner or supplement dun sa online distance learning modules that she has, 'di ba? At ito parang ano yan eh, parang break niya. Nag-aaral pero at the same time, she actually is having fun. Okay. So yan. My first question to start our topic, 'di ba? Imagine niyo, what would our family look like when everyone treats each other with respect, kindness, and service all the time? Comment kayo, mommies, diba? Parang imagine niyo, perfect, walang nag-aaway, you respect each other, you're very kind, everyone's helping one another. So, diba? So, anong masasabi niyo kung ganun yung pamilya niyo lagi? Ayan, nakikita ko na yung comments. It will be a very peaceful home. Yes, Mommy Bobby. Yes, there's peace and happiness in the family. It's pure happiness. Yes, actually, we've all been dreaming of that scenario. Pero alam naman natin na mahirap yon because nobody's perfect. So it's actually a struggle on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so I want this class or this workshop or this talk because I want instilling and developing virtues in ourselves. So tayo, mommies, in ourselves and in our children is actually one of the best ways for families to thrive. So, ano ibig sabihin nun? So, if we practice the virtues, tayo as parents, and if our children are also practice it, mas makakayanan natin to survive each day as a family. And we will be stronger and more united than ever. Diba? Okay, so if there's virtue in each one of the family members, what will it give us? So first, it will definitely, sabi nga ninyo, it will bring joy and peace to the family. 'Di ba? My gosh, ang sobrang happy ko siguro nun, 'di ba? Kung everyday talagang perfect at peace, 'di ba? Second, it actually make each member of the family happier. 'Di ba? So actually, when you see your child, kunyari may ate na, 'di ba? Tapos mabait siya sa bunso, 'di ba parang napaka gaan sa kalooban, and it actually pushes us to be better also, 'di ba? Ayan, dream come true talaga pag nagkakaisa ang miyembro ng sambahayan o si Mommy Scarlett. Yes, agree. Okay. Then what else? It actually makes a person live a more meaningful life. 'Di ba? Hindi kayong pasaway. Of course, ayaw natin mo Brad na pasaway, bad girl, bad boy, ganyan, 'di ba? You don't want. So, if you're good, if you're practicing the virtues, it will give you a more meaningful life, 'di ba? Mas fulfilling siya. Then, it also will make family life more pleasant. 'Di ba? Parang paggising mo sa umaga, excited ka to see that person because that person brings you joy. Or you naman, gusto ka nilang makita because you bring joy. Peace and joy in the family. Hindi yung, ay nako, nandiyan na naman sila. Nakarelate ba kay mommies? Pag may nakita kayong kasambahay na parang, ayun na naman siya, nakakainis. Okay, syempre, we don't want that, di ba? And if we instill virtues, hindi to one-time, big-time mommies. Actually, instilling virtues to a person or to yourself, it will last you a lifetime. So, lifelong siya. Hindi siya yung tipong, perfect sa akin to dahil high schooler ako or yuppie ako ngayon or mom na ako ngayon. Pero siguro pag senior citizen ako, hindi. Hindi. Kaya picture ni Eliza yan, from baby to adulthood, that's what the person will bring. Diba? Okay. Ayan, so nag-agree naman sila sa akin. Yes, mas magandang gumising ng positive at parang magaan. Oo nga. And yes, sabi ni Mommy Carla, hanggang pagtanda, dadali natin to. Okay. So, what are virtues ba? So, some people, kasi nakita ko to sa questions sabi niya, paano yun kung magkaiba kami ng religion or magkaiba kami ng beliefs? Okay, so first things first, virtues are often confused as values. Linking to good values. So, some people define it as doing what's best for oneself. Kung ano yung best sa akin, yun yung virtue ko. Ganyan. Or others think of it as being your best self. So, pag naging best person ako, best death ever, that's being virtuous. Well, hindi ata yun. So, some think na by doing what's good and not doing what's bad. So parang pag sinabi mo na, I'm not stealing, I'm not cheating, yung lahat ng mga not, I'm not doing that, ganyan, na virtuous ka na. So, hindi rin yun. So, to help us understand more, virtuous talaga is the quality of being morally good. Sabihin nyo naman, mommy, dad, bakit tayo psych, or bakit ganyan yung class natin? Ethics, morality, it's so heavy. Well, I will qualify this for you para hindi siya mabigat to digest. Kasi dapat hindi naman talaga mahirap to digest. Okay, so what are the 3 qualities of virtues? Ito sobrang dali. When I saw this, I got this from Character for Families online. Ang ganda-ganda ng mga information that they have for that to help parents help their children build in character. So ano daw yung 3 qualities of virtues? First, habits siya. Second, act of love siya. And third, it should improve the person. Gets? Hirap ba? Okay, so, madali lang to, mommies. Habits. Virtues are habits. Okay, ano yung sabihin? Hindi tayo pinanganak na punong-puno ng virtues. Okay? Second, it is something we practice through time. So, through time. So, today, next day, sa susunod mga araw, sa susunod na linggo, sa susunod na buwan. Then, it's something we do over time. Doon natin makikita yung improvement. Hindi siya yung pagtulog mo, paggising mo, you have the habit na. Hindi siya ganon. It's something you do over time. Okay? So, that's very easy to understand. Habits. Then second, it's an act of love. This is so easy to understand. Why? Because hindi mo ginagawang maging virtuous ka dahil gusto mo lang masabing, ay, mabait itong bata na to, good girl, perfect mom, ganyan. Hindi. Hindi mo rin yun ginagawa para ma-please ang ibang tao or something that you do para lang may makuha ka. Kunyari, ay, magiging ganito ako para ma-rewardan ako. Hindi siya gano'n. Hindi yun virtue. And lastly, it's a sincere act of love or gift of self. So meaning, ginagawa mo to dahil mahal mo yung tao, mahal mo yung sarili mo. Okay? I think, yan. Virtue comes from the heart. Correct, Mommy Mary Rose. I love that. Yes. Okay, then lastly, it should improve us. So, hindi nga siya one time. So, makita nyo na, okay, today, nagawa ko, tomorrow, hindi ulit. The next day, magagawa ko. And eventually, you develop the habit. And before you know it, nakuha mo na siya talaga, di ba? Ayan, tama si Mommy Charina, hindi gigising na meron na. So you should see yourself na being the better version of yourself. 'Di ba? So if it doesn't make you a better version of yourself, well, that's not a virtue. Okay? So I actually picked 12 virtues that help build character and foster a sense of well-being. Tapos 'di ba yung topic natin is how do you do this at home? By example. Why ko sinabi yung topic na yon, why I proposed that topic? Because we've been staying at home for the past 7 months and our children are actually observing us. Our husband, they can see us through. Kasi matagal di ba? Even ourselves, nakikita natin na, oh my gosh, ganito pala ako. Okay. So ito yung mga virtues, iisa-isahin natin para madali siyang magets. Okay. So first, orderliness. Orderliness. Okay. Very basic. Virtue of order. Okay? So achieving our goals by doing the things we should do, when we should do them, and how we should do them. And it also involves keeping oneself physically clean and neat and one's belongings in good order. Gets nyo naman to, mommies, di ba? Order. Order in the house. Order in oneself. Order at work. So I have some questions para magawa natin na maging best example tayo of order sa house. Do I follow our schedule or routine in the house? Baka naman, mommies, kayo pa yung nagpupuyat. Sinabi niyo sa anak ninyo, matutulog tayo at this time, then si mommy hindi natutulog. Oh. Diba? Okay. Second, do I put things in its proper place? Do I put things in its proper place? Well, maybe because of mom brain, sige, pagbibigyan na natin yan. biglang hindi na natin mahanap ang mga bagay-bagay. But, if we actually talagang mindful tayo to practice order, malalaman natin eh. I'm sure, Mommy, it's okay kung guilty kayo kasi guilty din ako. And I want to do this talk to help each of us. Ako mismo, to help myself, to help all of us. Kasi alam ko naman, talagang magsa-struggle tayo, 'di ba? So, do I put things in its proper place? Minsan tayo din yung pasaway eh. Sinasabi natin sa anak natin, you return where the toys are kept. Then all of a sudden, nawawala yung salamin mo. 'Di ba? So, okay. We should also practice order. Yes, mom brain, mom brain. Yun lagi yung reason natin, mom brain. But yeah, if we know the place, edi alam nyo na kung saan hahanapin, di ba? And lastly, are the things in the house organized? When I was when I was preparing this talk, naisip ko, ano kayang tatanungin ko sa kanila? Things in the house. Mommies, kamusta naman yung closet ninyo? Closet. I think the reason why yung mga shows about, practicing order, decluttering, kasi this is one struggle ng parents, di ba? Okay, so we should practice order. Dapat makita ng children natin na, wow, si mommy ang ayos sa gamit. Kaya, I'll also follow her. I love that labeling, mommy. Ayan, Mommy Mary. Maganda yung may labels. Siguro sa mommies, kailangan din may labels. And reference din for the dads, di ba? Okay. Ayan, okay. So next, nasa number 1 pa lang tayo. Number 2, respect. Virtue of respect. Recognizing the worth and dignity of every single human person. The virtue of respect allows us to live in harmony with others. So ito, kasi sinasabi dito, when we respect our parents, we respect authority figures, di ba? Respect can also be admiration, or respect can also mean a healthy regard for oneself. Respect, di ba? So dito siguro, we respect our parents, pero another question is, do we respect our children? Di ba? I love this talk because we can actually evaluate ourselves together. Pwede nyo i-share sa comments or pwede nyo lang isipin. Kasi baka dahil masyado tayo nakakasanayan na magkakasama, all the more that mas nawawala yung respeto natin dun sa lagi nating kasama. Which is sad, di ba? Okay, so do I quarrel other people? My question here is, do you quarrel the people in your house? Na nakikita ng mga anak ninyo, di ba? Do I treat the house help with respect? This one, kasi I don't know I've seen people, I've observed na kapag ganito, pag inisip nyo house help, or yung nagde-deliver, yung courier, sinusungitan natin agad, mommies. 'Di ba? We should respect any type of person. Okay? Okay? Ayan. Do I talk to other people with respect? Kasi 'di ba, pag ibang tao, biglang nawawala eh. Or pag tingin natin na, ay, ano ba yan? Parang tingin natin, hindi natin ka-level, biglang nawawala yung respect, which is not good. So, ayan. So, let's all practice respect, mommies, diba? Ayan. Okay. I love this talk also because Grolier is about learning eh. So, it's not just the kids who will learn, but also the parents in the process. You all know all this, but it's good for us to be reminded. Kasi nga, sometimes, isip natin, baka naman I'm okay. I'm really not bad. But yeah, there are things that we really need to practice to live a better life. Ayan. Okay, third, peacefulness. I super love this when I was doing my research. It's having a sense of inner calm no matter what is happening around us. Naku, maraming guilty dito, mamis. About being satisfied and content wherever we are or whatever is happening around us, being harmony with our goals and desires. Ayan. That it should allow us, ato favorite ko, to be calm and poised in the midst of our crazy, busy lives and the stress that comes with it. Diba, mommies? Sa sobrang stressful ng life, feeling natin minsan, it's okay to be masungit and to be all stressed out and to act crazy. Well, Let's all foster the virtue of peacefulness so that our kids will also see na, kahit stressful, kaya ni mommy. So ako din, hindi ako magwawala kung nawawala yung toys ko. Diba, mommies? Ayan, we need to stay calm. So when our children are peaceful, they're able to learn, grow, and develop into their own person. As a result, mas nagiging strong sila and confident. Okay, so some questions we can ask ourselves. Do I get rattled easily? Ay, naku, yung mga ganyan. Di ba yung mga mommies, biglang panic mode. Okay. Ang hirap maging calm. True. That's why we really need to struggle to be one. Kasi our children, they see us. Second, do I handle stress with poise? Sabi ko, paano kaya yun, stress with poise. Dapat hindi tayo mawawa poise, di ba? Pero very important. Kasi ako lagi ko iniisip, what if other people see you? Di ba? I mean, you should handle stress with poise. Pero kahit wala nang tumitingin sa inyo, you should be able to manage it. Yung third question, nakaka-relate ba kayo? Am I like a duck? Gets nyo ba yan? Analogy ko sa duck. Okay, yung analogy ko sa duck, mommies, it's very simple. I don't know if you've observed a duck. A duck, when it actually moves sa water, it's very poised. It's actually very graceful, diba? But underneath that duck, yung paa niya na nagwawad sa water in order for it to actually, diba, swim. But if you'll see it, sobra yung pagwawaddle niya, but it cannot be seen on top. So I hope we can all be like a duck na parang nagsa-struggle hard, but we're still peaceful, calm, and poised sa top. Ayan, diba? Maganda yun. No one will know that we're stressed. Diba? Tayo lang. And it's okay. Okay. Number 4, forgiveness. Okay. This is best learned talaga sa house, right, mommies? Okay, so handling disobedience, poor choices, should be in a reasonable and consistent manner. So it should not be too strict, yung grabe kamay na bakal, wag naman. But not be too lax either. Kasi, of course, our children will be brat naman, diba? Or they will not follow anyone if we're too lax. But what I like about this virtue is focusing on forgiveness, not being just saying sorry or I'm sorry. Diba? I don't know if you've encountered people or actually our children saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, then biglang gagawin na ulit. It should be a sincere sorry that comes from the heart. And how would you know if it comes from the heart? You wouldn't repeat what you did. Diba? Dapat talagang merong major struggle, consciousness, that you actually do not do it again. But it's good that our children will see us forgiving our husbands, forgiving ourselves, forgiving them, say if they say sorry, diba? Accepting their sorry. But what I learned na magandang way of saying sorry is, kunyari, sasabihin niyo sa children ninyo na, oh, you say sorry to your sister. You tell the child na, say sorry for, I don't know, hitting her or forgetting her toy. Para alam niya, hindi lang yung, I'm sorry, ganyan, diba? So, this is something na parang mindful niya magagawa na she knows na I did something wrong. That's why I need to say sorry for doing that wrong. So, it's acknowledging it. So, here are some questions. Do I keep grudges? Mommies, di ba? Kilala ba ng mga anak niyo yung, itong taong to, naku talaga, umiinit ang dugo ko. Your children should see you forgiving people, di ba? Second, do I say sorry for the sake and do not mean it? O yung nagsasorry lang, sorry, tapos galit ka pa rin. I know it's a struggle, but it's something deep within our hearts na you can actually evaluate it. Or isipin nyo na, ganun ba ako? When you say sorry, do you admit your shortcoming? Or sinasabi mo lang para, matapos na, ano na tayo, quits na tayo, ganyan. No, that's not also good. Na, you say sorry because you admit that you have a fault. Diba? Ayan. Okay. Next. Number 5 is generosity. Generosity, giving good things to others freely and abundantly. Not just money, but also time, knowledge, and skills. It's also the way in which we give. It should be willing and cheerful. Hindi yung napilitan lang tayo, mommy, no? Or bigay ko to, ganyan. So here are some questions. In terms of generosity, do you spend quality time with your children and your husband? Naisip ko tong question na to because we've been together, sabihin natin na ang tagal na nga, but syempre we do all other things. And we're not 100% giving our time to them. So the question is, do you actually give your time talaga? Ng ano as in talagang all attention, all heart sa pamilya ninyo. Okay? And do you give without asking anything in return? Yung sabihin mo, i-post mo naman sa IG stories mo. Or sana i-post niya sa IG feed niya. Naku, mamis, when we give, we should not expect anything in return. Pag may ganon, you have to actually assess yourself. Why am I giving? What's the motivation? Is it really to help? Is it really to show my love for that person? Or para sa akin din, di ba? It's very important. Okay. And number 6, gratitude. Okay, connected sa generosity, gratitude naman. Gratitude is also called thankfulness, but it's not the same thing as just saying thank you. It's having a thankful disposition of mind and heart. If we have gratitude, it can transform our entire outlook on life. Ano ibig sabihin nito? Are you grateful for small and big blessings? Kasi for big things, it's very easy to be grateful eh. 'Di ba na parang, oh my gosh, na nakabili kami ng house, nakabili kami ng car, or nakabili ako ng, I don't know, what you've been saving for. But what if it's just, we have lunch today? We ate lunch today, and we're together as a family. Yung mga simpleng bagay that you actually take for granted na, kasi ganun siya kasimple. Are you thankful for ordinary things? Ayan. I just want to share with you a story. For sure you saw this on Facebook. When this girl was actually vlogging, nag-celebrate siya ng 2 or 3 subscribers na siya. You know, those are the small things that we need to look for on a day-to-day basis. Na ano ba yung mga simpleng bagay that I haven't been thankful for, 'di ba? Just for waking up, 'di ba? For waking up, for being with my children, for having my children beside me, yung mga ganong basic. So it's something na we can teach also to our children, 'di ba? Na instead of wanting a lot of things, this is something na let's be thankful for the food here, 'di ba? Yan. Okay. And in relation to that, gusto ko yung sinabi ni mommy here. We should be contented, 'di ba? Kasi if we're content with our life, we're thankful for everything. Okay? Number 7, responsibility. Okay. Fulfilling one's duties and accepting the consequences of one's words and actions, intentional or unintentional. Sometimes kasi, when we have, kunyari, may consequence na, ay, hindi ko naman minin na maging ganun yung effect niya eh. We don't actually take responsibility over that. It's still our responsibility, mommies. Teaching our children this virtue will help them throughout the rest of their lives. And when times get tough, they can move through adversity much faster without playing the victim card. I super love this. Naisip ko, oo nga, no? A lot of people, pag may nangyayaring hindi masyadong maganda sa buhay nila, they actually always look for someone to blame, which is not good. Kasi dapat the first for you to evaluate is, what did I do? Diba? So, okay, here are some questions to guide us. When something goes wrong, do you accept its consequences? Diba? Nakita kaya ng mga anak natin na, ay, mali yung decision ni mommy, kaya naging ganito. Or mali yung move na ginawa natin, kaya naging ganito. Diba? Second, do you always want to play the victim and find blame in others? Yung parang, hindi ako may kasalanan nito, anak. Si ganyan yan, si ganyan. Diba? So that's also not good. It's not taking responsibility. And it's not, if you do that, you're not being a good example. of your of the virtue of responsibility towards your children. Okay, meekness. This is so nice. Meekness. Sabi ko, ano kaya ito? Having a serenity of spirit while focusing on the needs of others. True meekness is part of the virtue of self-control and remaining calm and not allowing oneself to be quick to anger. Ayan. I want to share this with you, mommies, kasi alam ko na yung mga mommies, minsan biglang nagsasnap yan. Pag nag-snap, parang galit na parang walang makakapigil. Okay lang yung emotion na ma-feel nyo na galit kayo, but sabi nga ng mga nag-comment dito, you count first. Huwag tayong mag-snap even if we think na kailangan na nating magalit. Let's still count and contemplate if we will get angry or magkakaroon ng major temper show, di ba? So with today's 24/7 news cycle and social posting, teaching our children the virtue of meekness will help them not to react out of malice or anger, but rather count to 10 and think before they act. I just want to give this an example. Kung yari, may nakita kayong social media post, tapos kung makakomment, major, di ba? Mommies, it's like speaking also. Count to 10 before you comment and send that. Okay? Di ba? It's very important. Yes, wag tayo agad-agad mabilis mag-switch ng mood. Di ba? Dapat mag-relax muna tayo. Okay? Here are some questions. Do you easily lose your temper? Kunyari, pag gising mo, nakakalat lahat ng toys. What will you do? You can actually choose to be angry. Second, choose to be gentle, di ba? So yun, are you quick to snap? So it really is dependent on how we will manage our emotions. So let's practice the virtue of meekness. I love that, Mommy Karen. Think before you click. Very important. Think before you send. Think before you send your super habang text message. Okay. And do things with love. Act of love, di ba yung virtues? Do things out of love. Choose to be gentle. Okay. Number 9, patience. So remaining calm and not becoming annoyed when dealing with problems or difficult people. I super love the virtue of patience. Hindi lang siya yung, okay, nasa pila ako sa grocery, maghihintay ako, so I'll be patient. Or patience is more than that. Yun nga eh. So our patience is actually tested when we are faced with difficult or problematic people. Ayan, 'di ba? Patience is a virtue, 'di ba? But maybe a wake-up call for us mommies is when we see our children being impatient. 'Di ba? When they play, ganyan, or when they talk, when they want something, are they patient? If they're not, maybe we should also evaluate ourselves. Am I showing a good example of patience? Or I myself is not patient? Then nakita ko to, remaining calm and not becoming annoyed when dealing with problems. So alam na ba ng mga anak ninyo yung word na annoying? Maybe let's di ba? We need to check also if what are words kung nakukuha na nila. Kasi kung nakukuha nila, ibig sabihin, baka it's something that we need to work on also. Kasi we're not being a good example to them, di ba? This could also mean paying attention to something for a long time without becoming bored or losing interest. Actually, I'm guilty of this. Di ba minsan when your children would say na, Mommy, play with me, I'll show you something. Di ba parang, ay, kailan kaya ito matatapos? I need to work pa, di ba? But it's an area pala where you need to be patient. Where you need to actually show your love. It's an act of love, being patient to your child when she wants to show something to you. So you stay focused, your full attention is with her. Ayan. So, ang ganda, di ba? Ang ganda nito. So, patient. So, here are some questions. Do you hate problematic and difficult people? Di ba? Nakalink pala siya doon. Okay, so, we should all be patient. Lalo na kung ganito yung klase ng tao that we're dealing with. At for sure, meron kayong ganyang taong nakakausap. Kung hindi on a day-to-day, maybe weekly, at least once a week meron ganyan, di ba? Second, do you listen attentively? Most especially to your children and to your husband. just an anecdote. Kunyari, nagsa-cellphone kayo, and then your child actually is talking to you, then you actually talk to your child, but you didn't absorb anything. Mommies, put down the phone, be patient, and listen to your child. Diba? It's one way of practicing patience, and it's one way of showing your love to your children. Diba? Yan sabi ni mommy. Oh. Yes. Yung parang, anong sinabi mo? Hindi ko na-get. Because you're not focused. Diba? So, ayan. Marami tayo. Guilty talaga tayo dito. And we have a lot of things to learn. And I'm sure, magagawa natin to, mommies. Number 10, perseverance. Okay. Taking the steps necessary to carry out objectives in spite of difficulties. For example, meron tayong, kunyari, nagtatayo tayo ng study table. Tapos hindi natin masunod. Sabihin nyo, ay, si daddy na lang, di ko gets. Mommies, that's not being a good example of perseverance, diba? You should actually show na, hindi, anak, kaya natin to. I think we can follow this. We can ask the help if you're that. But don't give up easily. So, developing this virtue helps us be successful in life no matter our goals or obstacles we face. Kasi 'di ba, pag marami tayong problema or marami ng roadblocks, we tend to parang, sige na nga, wala na lang, abort mission. No, that's not good. It's good if you practice perseverance. Fight. 'Di ba? Lagi natin sinasabi yan. Pag nahihirapan yung isang mommy, #fight, adja, 'di ba? So yes, mommies, fight tayo. Kaya natin yan. The virtue of perseverance actually allows us to look adversity in the eye, overcome temptation to quit or be distracted, and to continue giving our 100% to achieve our goal. So ayan, it's about not giving up agad-agad, 'di ba? And yung parang first 3 pa lang sigurong trials, ayoko na, change. Hindi, mommies. It's also good that you fight for that. Yes, laban, wag susuko agad. And ang gusto ko rin dito about perseverance is to avoid being distracted. Naku, mommies, I'm sure we're all like that. Na parang, we know our goal. Kunyari, ang goal mo, mag-exercise ako. Mag-jump rope ako. Every day. Then all of a sudden, na-distract. Bakit? Ay, nanood ng series. Tapos, nakahanap ng, may nagbigay ng maraming food. Nakalimutan na yung goal of mag-exercise ako. 'Di ba? So if we are really true to this virtue, we persevere to exercise, 'di ba? Okay. So marami siyang area. So maraming areas na makikita rin ng anak natin na, oh wow, si mommy, fight. So kahit gusto niyang manood, she allotted time for exercise. It's good, 'di ba, if your children will see you fighting for your goals, 'di ba? So, yan. Are you distracted most of the time? May goal tayo, o kunyari meron tayong bucket list for this quarantine. I will learn this. May nagawa na ba kayo, mommies? May nagawa na ba tayo? Ayan. Do you give up easily? Ayan. So, okay. Next is courtesy. I love courtesy. It's treating other people with respect and recognizing that all people are worthy of love and acceptance. When we speak and act courteously, we let others know that we value and respect them. It helps us think about others before we act and makes our interactions with others more pleasant. Ito, mommies, no? Kasi 'di ba, I was asking you about what if the family members are all pleasant. So, maybe a question is, are we pleasant towards our children, towards our husband, 'di ba? Are we pleasant? Do we actually talk to them as if we're valuing them? I have a teacher in college, she would always tell us na, 'di ba, when you're with a VIP, for example, a politician VIP or someone on top, 'di ba? Or a CEO, you always bring yourself na with dignity and you talk in such a way na talagang sobrang careful. Are you like that to your children? Or are you like that to your husband? Diba? So, yun. Then, it also helps our kids to ask rather than demand. I was super struck by this because you know, a lot of kids nowadays are just demanding. 'Di ba? Kaya nga sabi, ay mga demanding yung mga batang yan. Imagine that that virtue of being courteous would actually come from us. So they should see us being courteous so that they're not demanding. So it helps our kids to ask or request from us rather than demand. 'Di ba? So, question, do you think before you act? Minsan hindi. We're all guilty of that. And we should practice the virtue of courtesy. And second, do you think of your words properly before communicating it? Yung sinadya mo bang makasakit or sinadya mo bang gusto ko yung pag-iisipan mo in such a way na hindi ka makasakit? 'Di ba? Even if it's a correction, even if it's siguro kunyari criticism or constructive criticism, it's still good that you think about it in such a way that your goal is not to hurt, 'di ba? Yan. Number 12, the last virtue. Grabe. Okay, so number 12 is tact. You should be careful. It's a careful consideration of circumstances and consequences. A person with tact is understanding, sensitive, and empathetic to others. They think before they speak and act and often keep critical and upsetting thoughts to themselves. I love the last line. If you're a person with tact, you keep critical and upsetting thoughts to yourself. Yes, tactful. Hindi dapat tayo tactless. Ayan. So, if you think, di ba parang meron tayo minsan naisip natin na sabihin ko kaya sa kanya. Think of it in such a way na kung upsetting, let's keep it first to ourselves, di ba? Yung hindi natin i-goal na, ay naku, kailangan mo itong malaman kahit ano mangyari, kahit masaktan ka. No, that's not good. We should be able to be considerate na, is this the right time to say that to the person? Or kailangan ba sa harap pa ng madaming tao? Or is just the two of us in confidence, di ba? Yeah, so we should always be sensitive towards other people. Most especially our children. Do we correct them in front of their classmates or in front of their cousins or in front of their nephews? It will hurt, mommy. So, it's good na kung papagalitan natin, we call the person. And we talk to the person one-on-one. Diba? For sure, gusto nyo din yun, diba? Sa office, gusto nyo ba na papagalitan kayo sa harapan ng office mates? Of course not. You want it to be communicated to you in confidence also. Diba? So, it's something that we can practice also at home. All right, so that's number 12. Okay, so yan. Do you blurt out comments or messages without thinking of the others? Makakasakit ba ito? Hindi. Okay. Do you hurt others with your words without realizing it? I love this question because sometimes nga, you actually don't know. Sabihin mo, I'm just telling the truth. But you should be sensitive enough to know if those words might hurt someone. So, do you hurt others with your words without realizing it? Dapat talagang alam natin, na pag-isipan natin. Kaya hindi dapat magsalita lang agad-agad. Dapat pag-isipan natin, kung makakasakit ba to, mas makakabuti ba to? Yeah, diba? Okay. So, to end this talk, I just want to quote this from my favorite saint. So, itong naka-quote sa taas, that's from my favorite saint. Sabi niya, he focused on the 3 virtues: faith, hope, and love. So let's all be full of hope. Let us be full of hope in the coming days, diba? Coming days, months, and years. We don't know what lies ahead of us, if the pandemic will end soon or if there will be a cure soon. But let's all be full of hope. Having faith, hope, and love, these are virtues that we can get through prayer. So let's live a life of hope para hindi tayo mag-give up agad at hindi tayo mag-give up sa sarili natin if we commit all this na parang, ay, hindi ko magagawa yan, mommy. That ang hirap naman ng mga sinabi mo. Ganyan. If we cannot do that, it's okay because we still have the next day and the next days. If we just persevere and commit na, sige, I promise, I want to live a virtuous life, diba? So, let's spark hope. Kaya natin to. Diba, a lot of things happened na parang even sa work, we're actually evaluated with the output. Kung nasubmit mo to, kung nagawa mo siya perfectly, kung walang error. But for God, for having a virtuous life, effort counts because virtues are habits. So, hindi siya one day na, perfect ka na. It goes through a process. So, I just hope that all of us will go through an inclined plane that will all go up every day at pwedeng mag-slide minsan, but continue moving up. Huwag tayong magpadulas like forever hanggang pababang-pababa. It's okay na umakyat, pwede bumagsak minsan, pero go, akyat pa din. So let us hope for a brighter tomorrow, for a renewed life, full of joy, peace, and love. And if all of us can actually be good examples to our children, to our families, we have a brighter future ahead of us, di ba? Ang saya ng pamilyang ganon. And I think kaya natin, one day at a time. Okay? So, thank you so much to all of you. Later, we'll be announcing the winners of the Grolier giveaway. But thank you so much for spending your afternoon with me. Ayan. So, magbabasa lang ako ng mga comments. Sabi ni Mommy Cathy, super timely ng talk na ito. I learned a lot. So, I'm so happy also. Ayan. Let's all live a life full of joy and peace. Mommy Cathy, super learned a lot. Thanks to Grolier. Yeah. Thank you also to Grolier for this opportunity to actually have this Facebook Live and to share about virtues to all these mommies. So, kaya natin to, mommies. Be positive, have faith. Please stay safe and sane. COVID is still there. Huwag tayong mag-relax. Pero wag rin tayo maging paranoid. But yes, please stay safe, sane, cheerful, and happy. All right? So thank you, mommies. Bye! Thank you so much.